Hey, my nieces and nephews, welcome back to another episode of Fun Uncle. And today's episode, we're going to be asking the $2 trillion question, are we too late? Have we missed the boat? Have the sails set and we are being left behind? These are the questions, the controversial questions I will be answering in today's episode. If that sounds good to you, then stick around for more. That's right. The pressing question on everyone's minds, especially when the markets are starting to turn red, is, are we too late? Did we miss the boat? Especially when things are hitting tens of thousands of dollars per coin. You know, it's hard to open up your pocketbook when Bitcoin's sitting around 40,000 and Ethereum's sitting around 3,000. And these are low prices. These are down significantly from their all-time highs. And even still, at these prices, it's really hard for a new user to wrap their mind around spending that much money for something. It can appear to be overinflated, and it's very hard for, most people to understand how this could get even bigger. And so I want to, in this episode, prove my thesis that no, it is not too late. We are actually extraordinarily early in the space. And in order to prove that thesis, I want to start with just general statistics. Let's hop right on in to some statistics from this week, actually. This is from January 10th. These are statistics from 2022. And the piece of information I wanted to highlight first is that it looks like 89% of American adults have heard about Bitcoin. Among those, 27% would consider investing and 13% already have. So what this tells me right off the bat is that of the 27% that are interested right now, half of those already have. And so that means there's another half that could potentially be buying into cryptocurrencies into the short term. They are just waiting for some catalyst or some new piece of information that will push them over. But right now, they have their fingers on the wallet and they're thinking about it. So what this says here is there's another 100% growth potential just in America alone. So if there's another 14% that are ready to buy, and there's 13% that already do, that means there's a 100%, a 2x gain potential ahead of us just from the people who are currently interested. And so this is really exciting here. This piece of information alone tells me that we are halfway. Worst case scenario, we're only halfway there. And according to the whole population, I would say we're about 20% of the way to full penetration into the U.S. markets, So a worst case scenario, we are 50% of the way there, and best case scenario is we are only 25% of the way there. Either way you cut it, we still have significant room left to grow. So let's just go from a market cap perspective. Currently, we're sitting around $2 trillion. If we have another 100% gain, so if these 14% of users actually buy in, that's a potential $4 trillion in total market cap we could reach. And then if the rest of America, the other, what does it look like, 27, so 73% of Americans finally wake up and want to buy, we could potentially hit $10 trillion market cap, potentially at the highest point possible. So keep that in mind. Down the road, once we start approaching the $5, $6, $7 trillion market cap, keep that in mind. Just the general population, how much money is in circulation, like how many potential users are there really. And the worst case scenario, just from this one statistic alone, is that we have another 100% potential. There's 14% ready and willing right now, and that could double the total users in the United States. So this is extraordinarily bullish news just right off the bat. That tells me we've only just begun. We are not too late. But of course, I got some more articles here. Let's keep on digging through here. North America is 8th in the global crypto adoption. It says here, just like in the previous article, that's about 14% of Americans own cryptocurrencies, and we are all the way down here in 8th place. Vietnam is taking the number 1 spot. But of course, India, Pakistan, Ukraine, Nigeria, there are a lot of countries, like Nigeria, Venezuela, El Salvador, that are starting to use it as their main cryptocurrency. They're small enough countries that they could just do total adoption across their full infrastructure of the blockchain. And so what this tells me is, not only do we only have 13% penetration in the United States, but we're significantly behind the ball on this. We are not a thought leader in the space, and so we have a lot of room left to grow, not only within the United States, but globally as well. If we can get the United States interested in it, that'll push more of the EU in it, and I think it's going to be vice versa, actually. I think that the EU will start to adopt it, and then that will strong arm America into adopting it. And the fact that we're seeing a lot of Central American countries, South American countries adopting it fully, African countries are starting, like Kenya, Nigeria are here, high on the list. These Asian countries are high on the list. Like they will then, like a house of cards, or more like dominoes, a domino effect, as the Asian and South American countries will then push EU. EU will then push, Asia fully, and then all of those combined will finally push America. As depressing as it sounds, America might be the last horse to finish this race. And so as an individual investor, irregardless of where you are, we're still very early because America only has 14% adoption. And do you know how many trillions of dollars are just rustling around in the sheets, buried in the backyard, being wasted on you name it, on freaking timeshares that they're not using, and new ski-doos and snowmobiles that they're not using that could be invested healthily into cryptocurrencies. I really wish we just could increase the amount of available education, and I'm certain that more people will be adopting crypto in the near term. And it is very feasible if we can get this additional penetration that Bitcoin could be several $100,000 a token, if not $1 million a token, if we can finally penetrate as wide, as deep, as vastly as crypto can. If we can finally see the full potential of it. These used to be crazy numbers, but they're starting to get realer and realer by the day, especially since we recently hit almost $69,000 a token with only 13% adoption. We hit almost $70,000 a token, and only 13% of the country owns it. There's a lot of upside potential still left to come, and no, we are not too late at all. Let's keep going because, of course, I got some more articles in here. 70% of U.S. holders started investing in 2021 alone. So not only do we only have 14% of penetration in the U.S., but 70% of them just got on the dolphin smoothie drinks. They just started doing the diet, started drinking the Kool-Aid. They just hopped in. And so that's why we were able to go from $3,000 a token all the way up to $70,000 a token, because we had a massive 70% increase of adoption. So what does that mean? If it's 14%, so we had about 8 or 9% of America joined in 2021. So if we can just continue at that same growth rate, remember we have another 14% potentially waiting on the sidelines to jump in, could grow this number another 100% from here on top of the 70% we've already seen in 2021. So that's huge. That's really awesome upside potential. That tells me in many ways we are very early. We have only just begun in the space. But let's keep on digging on down here. 65% of all Web3 developers joined in 2021. Over 20% of them joined Ethereum alone. So let's look at this chart here I have expanded here. Look at that all-time high. Is that a bullish chart or is that a bullish chart? But the real takeaway here is that not only are we hitting new all-time highs, right? Of course, every day it seems like, but Web3 is inevitable. Web3 is the next best thing. It's coming. It's an unstoppable force. It's unavoidable. We might as well join them. before we get stampeded and left behind checking our Facebooks. And no one's there. Hello, Facebook. Is anyone still there? No, everyone's in Web3. They're in the metaverse. They've got NFTs, and it's all being built on the blockchain. And so this, again, is more extraordinarily supercalifragilistic news that tells everybody we've only just become, Web3 isn't even here yet. We don't even know what we're going to be calling the metaverse. We don't know who the winners and the losers are. That's how early it is in the space. So this is just another piece of news that tells me, no, we are not too late. Things have so much more upside to them. I mean, we can't even imagine the kind of things that will come from Web3 alone. And if all of that is built on Ethereum, if all of that's being built on the blockchain, then that's huge, extraordinarily bullish news for the entire space. Sorry about that. But this last piece of news is the real kicker. This is the real bazinga banga right here. This is about the XRP lawsuit. This was supposed to be the nail in the coffin for XRP. Whenever this lawsuit came around, exchanges were dumping Ripple from their ledgers like it was rat poison, like it was cancerous tumors that they need to chemotherapy out of their life because it was going to weigh down the entire market. And people were fearful that this XRP lawsuit was not only going to crush out XRP completely, but the ruling from this SEC lawsuit could have taken down the entire cryptocurrency market if it went the way they thought it would. But nay. It looks like we are going to have a positive decision between August and September 2022. And look, he's even gone to say it is very, very, very optimistic news coming in August or September of 2022. So this is incredible. This is absolutely insane, not just for XRP, but for the entire cryptocurrency space. The SEC could not do, and they had them in handcuffs. They had them dead to rights, and XRP just fucking, Adrian, put me in, just fucking 1-2 punch. He's like, I didn't hear no bell. And just fucking knocking them out, throwing paymakers, punches left and right, and took out the SEC. Is going to have a very positive response from that. And this is huge for the whole space. Not only will XRP have a massive bull run once the positive news comes out, exchanges will open their doors back up to XRP. XRP will hit insane new all-time highs, will make its way back up in the top 5 of cryptocurrencies. And of course, rising tides raise all ships. So you better believe when it starts rallying up, it will bring the entire market up with it. And so it looks like we have a date here. We should prep our moon bags for sometime in August or September of 2022, and that could line us up for an absolutely incredible winter break all the way through October, November, and December. Maybe a blow off top like 2017. Knock on wood, would be pretty cool. Maybe this is setting us up for that. Maybe the shape-shifting lizard elites were planning it the whole time. They wanted to force the prices down so they could accumulate as much as they possibly could, because they know as well as anybody else that we are not too late. The sky is the limit, and moon rockets are engaged for an awesome 2022. I know COVID is very scary. I know the markets are bleak right now. I know that it seems like every single day there's some piece of bad news, but I have a feeling that is all manipulation, that is all propaganda to scare you from taking action. And as your uncle, who's handing out cold, hard slaps of truth left, right, and center, I want to remind all of you, my nieces and nephews, that we've only just begun, and it is not too late. And now it's time to kickflip on into the news, and we're starting off with a banger here. Street Fighter Classic NFTs coming to Wax January 20th. This is awesome for all my millennials out there who loved button-smashing Street Fighter back in the old Nintendo days. It's coming, guys. It's coming, and I know there is some super nostalgic millennials like myself who will be all over this, who will be picking up some of these kick-ass NFTs. I even liked the Street Fighter movie that got a lot of bad press, the Jean-Claude Van Damme Street Fighter movie. I loved that movie. I don't care how bad the reviews are. I loved it, and I want you all to check it out. And you know what I think is also going to be awesome is the Street Fighter NFTs that are coming in hot. What a way to start the news. I'm super stoked on it. That's going to be coming in a big way on the Wax Network here soon. Pretty excited for that. FF3 wants filmmakers to finance movies with NFTs. I think this is huge. This is like a Kickstarter for films, like you buy a piece of the movie before it's made, and your contributions by way of buying an NFT will help fund the film. And you can, depending on how many NFTs you own, can be a contributing member of this film, and then that takes it to the next level. Is like whenever the film finally comes out, you at a grassroots level will be so enthusiastic about the movie because you own a piece of it that you not only will see it in theaters, you will encourage your friends, families, uncles, stepbrothers to come see it with you. They're going to pull you out of the dryer and check out the movie you invested in. And I think this is a huge next step. I remember it was Quentin Tarantino was talking about it during NFT New York, how if he had just broken up pieces of Pulp Fiction and crowdsourced it, he might be able to own a larger piece of that movie than he does currently, whereas Miramax owns 100% of it, right? So I think this is great. This is going to solve a problem and get audiences reinvigorated into the indie film movement. We're right now in a blockbuster film period where these large cinematic masterpieces are being made that all cost $300-400 million a piece, and they need to have $100 million marketing budgets because, of course, they need to have a $100 million marketing budget if they're going to make up for the $300 million expense they made on the movie. And so because these movies are getting so big, it's becoming increasingly impossible for these small indie films to come out, right? To get enough funding. It's actually crazy that like movie studios view a cheaper film as a higher risk. They're like, well, I don't know if we should spend $10 million on this film. It'd be better if we spent $100 million on this film. That will make us money. It's kind of counterintuitive, but that's the way it currently is. And so I think this is going to be a really awesome step forward. It'll let filmmakers just make an NFT that could be storyboards or script sketches or something that will then help them crowdsource money to make the film they really want to make. And then also at the same time, get input from the audiences about what they like, what they dislike, what they want to see more of, and what they're not interested in before they even start shooting the thing. Normally, you have to shoot the movie already, then have test screenings. And then at the test screenings, you have to clean the pie off your face to find out how bad it was. And then you got to go into reshoots. How great would it be if you knew before you even shot the thing that you're like, oh, it turns out the audiences don't like this actor, they like this actor. Or it turns out the whole third act was wrong. They would rather it be a car chase or whatever. The sky's the limits here, but this is going to be awesome market research. It's going to be more grassroots movements in film. I am a huge film guy. And so this really excites me in a lot of ways. So another awesome piece of news in the NFT space that tells me in many ways we're not too late. We've only just begun. Imagine once films get into this stuff, people. This is huge. This is absolutely huge. What else we got here? How music NFTs could disrupt the music industry. I can tell you right now, cut out these nasty music contracts where the big bleeding mouth capitalist music industries like own 50% of your CD sales and like own all your Spotify, to have these 360 deals where you have to do all these interviews and all of these podcasts just so they can line their pockets with more money and the artists get paid pennies on the dollars. I think we decentralize all of these contracts, and through musical NFTs, we are A, giving these artists a platform to make money, and B, cutting out these nasty contracts that's held a lot of artists down. I'll remind you of the artist formerly known as Prince, how he had to go through that whole process. He couldn't even keep his name because the contract said that the record label owned it. And then let's talk about Britney Spears right now. She's finally free. Britney's free. We excited? I mean, she's posting nudes on Instagram, but she's free. She's allowed to do that now. So I think it's going to be most excellent for the cryptocurrency space. Not just that, but for the music industry as a whole. it will make it so that these young artists who might be apprehensive to participate in the music industry because of how it's been over the years, that'll finally invigorate them to and encourage them to interact with the space, because it's more streamlined, it's more friendly, it's decentralized, and it'll help them increase the total amount of value they can see for their hard work. It's kind of a bummer. They put all that work and all that blood, sweat, and tears into their music only to make someone else rich, and they're still living on the streets trying to make ends meet. So that's why I think the whole NFT space has been super incredible for artists in general. You know, these street artists, these doodleists, these extraordinarily creative people who are barely getting enough to buy top ramen are now getting a couple ETH each for their pictures, and are allowed to turn their lives around completely. So thank you, NFTs. And I can't wait to see what encouraging things you're going to do for the music industry here soon. And lastly, NFT sales and blockchain games continue to grow despite the recent market slump. This is all on the back of the metaverse, of Web3. So if we work backwards here, Web3 is essentially the metaverse. It'll just be a three-dimensional, decentralized, interactive web space. And so the metaverse is trying to do that. And the tokenomics and the interactions that will take place in the metaverse will be NFT gaming-based mechanisms, for a lack of a better phrase. And so, of course, the NFTs and NFT gaming sales and blockchain game sales continue to grow because the metaverse, and aka the Web3 space, is still so undefined, is still frothy with growth potential, and it's all stepping stones leading up to that. So NFT games is just a stepping stone to the metaverse, and the metaverse is just a stepping stone to what could potentially be Web3 in the future. And now it's time to dingleberry dump on into the LADZ City Lounge. This is my favorite segment because I get to hype up the community that has been so good to me, and that is LADZ City, the truly awesome, heartwarming people that I'm excited to be a part of their community. And I want to take a moment in every single episode to hype them up. And so come on down, kick up your feet. You're kicking it uncle style here in the LADZ City Lounge. And we got to start things off by talking about the YouTube page. Now, of course, if you're watching this content, you're well aware of the existence of the YouTube page, where we have awesome NFT and cryptocurrency content coming out on a regular basis. This is juicy, cutting edge stuff you don't want to miss out on. Make sure you're subscribing and hitting the bell notifications so you get a ring-a-ding-ding every single time some good stuff comes off the press. But today I specifically want to highlight the Art Start Now crew, who are crushing it, and they are coming in hot in 2022 with some awesome content. Their interview with Cake Nagard and Caked Apes is live right now. You got to check it out if you haven't seen it already. It's down. It's in the videos. It's the most recent one after this one. You got to check it out. It's good stuff. But really, I want to highlight the Art Start Now crew: Gifted, Lola Menthol, Whoa Boy. These guys are freaking aces, freaking top guns in the NFT space, and I learned so much just being around them and hearing what they have to say. So if you have not seen any of their episodes, check it out. You check that stuff out. You're missing out. If you love NFTs, you're going to love this show. Now, YouTube is not the only thing LADZ City has to offer. We also have an amazing Discord chocked full of cool, fun, enthusiastic people you want to hang out with on a daily basis, including the old fun uncle. I'm in there. Send me a DM if you want to say what up. And even if you dislike the content, let me know what you hate. I'd love to hear it. Constructive criticism all the time whenever I can get it. But I want to highlight right now this one little tab here of dozens of tabs, and it's called the LADZ Insider, where one of our mods, Hash Rhymes, is posting juicy deets, news, content, alpha every single day. And it's not just one link, it's dozens and dozens of links parsed out into different groups too. I mean, our Hash Rhymes, our mod, is the best in the biz. And if you have a chance today, you know what? Never mind. Go out of your way to give Hash Rhyme some serious hype in the Discord for being incredible, for being the best mod in the business. We are truly just blessed to have you here. We are not worthy. We're not worthy. We're in the presence of gods. Thank you, Hash Rhymes, for existing. You truly do. You're a miracle worker. You're moving mountains with your work, and it's so helpful. And also, for those of you not part of the Discord, look what you're missing out on. This is just one tab of dozens. There's also the main chat where everyone is hyping each other up, asking their questions, dropping their alpha. And of course, there might be some airdrops of tokens every now and then, some free NFT giveaways for our premium noble members. I don't know. You're missing out on a lot of stuff by not being a part of this. And it's not one of those pay to play. It is just hop on in. There is bunches of content made available for free in the Discord. Truthfully, you check it out. Send me a message. Come on. Hit me up. Tell me what you like, what you dislike. And if you're going to be at NFT Las Vegas this March, can't wait to see you there. But here's the most important part. This is what everyone's waiting for. I'm definitely milking the conversation to get to my award. I like to give out a prize every single week to the most LADZ City lad the lads have to offer. You know, the most lad that a lad could possibly be. You know, someone who is in the chat, being enthusiastic, encouraging, dropping alpha, moving the ball forward, who is really being a proactive, contributing member of the space, not just another bot spamming hi and good morning, but this person is actually engaging and moving the ball forward. And this week's winner is Carrots, none other but than Carrots. Look at that spelling. It threw me off. I was like, Carths? But it's Carrots. That's how you pronounce it. Thank you for making your profile picture. I could put the pieces together. It's lovely that you did that. But what's really lovely is the progress you are making on the DAO. Carrots is working behind the scenes in the important chats, in the premium noble levels, in the executive chats, just moving the ball forward on the DAO, has taken a leadership position. And seriously, we are blessed to have you. You are doing incredible work, and I want to encourage you by making you our LADZ City Lad of the Week. Of course, I'm going to airdrop you some tokens in the Discord here shortly, and I'm sure plenty of you are asking, well, how can I become the LADZ City Lad of the Week? What can I do maybe to become what Carrots is? Well, do what Carrots is doing, just learn what, follow by example, be contributing, dropping alpha, news, encouraging others, answering questions, helping us grow the community and roll the ball forward. That's all it takes. I'm going to take notice. I'm going to see who's posting the most and contributing the most, and you might have a chance to be my LADZ City Lad of the Week. And of course, it's Carrots, so thank you. Thank you so much, Carrots, for doing what you're doing. Seriously, you're moving the ball forward, and we need 10 more people just like you to achieve our monumental skyscraper dreams that we have for LADZ City. We've only just begun, people. We've only just begun. The next thing I want to talk about are my NFTs. That's right, the Fun Uncle NFTs are live, and we've got some updates. The first of which is the first riddle has been solved. That's right, Llama got in there quick, solved the cipher, figured out the riddle, emailed me the answer, and bam, I have already sent the first reward out. So there are 4 more riddles available between now and NFT Las Vegas. You do not want to miss out on these prizes, and the only way to win them is by buying an NFT. So go to OpenSea today and pick up one of the Fun Uncle League launchers. But if money is tight, don't you worry, because right now on Twitter, I have a giveaway. I am giving away one of these prizes that is available for prizes. So I'm giving one of these NFTs that is available for prizes for free on the Twitter. All you got to do is follow, like, retweet, and tag 3 friends. I could not make this easier for you. Just hop on over the Twitter. Of course, the links are down below in the description. You don't want to miss out on this. I'm giving away another one of these NFTs on July 23rd. So tune in, check it out, get the NFT, unlock the riddle, solve it, email me, and bam, I'm going to send you some prizes. And of course, I can't wait to see all of you at NFT Las Vegas in March 22nd through the 23rd. So it's exciting stuff. It's finally happening. All the pieces are coming together. And if you want to win one of these prizes, just pick up an NFT. It's super easy. I could not have made it easier for you. And if those of you who are unaware, I have an in-depth description video that I'm going to play right now. The Fun Uncle League Loungers are 200 unique tropical-themed NFTs that are packed full of unlockable content. Access to exclusive events, airdrops of free NFTs, and a digital download of my first book, Fun Uncle: Common Sense for the Greater Good. But I know why you're all really here. You want to hear about the $500 in Ethereum prizes I'm making available to my true diehard fans. And all you gotta do is follow the links within the unlockable content, and you'll find a series of riddles. First one to solve any one of these riddles and email me the answer, you're gonna win the prize. I'm making 5 of these prizes available between now and NFT Las Vegas, March 22nd through the 25th. Now, if money is tight, don't worry, because I'll be giving away free NFTs on my Twitter page throughout the contest dates that are also available for prizes. What's more is all of you who continue to hold my NFTs will have an opportunity to win a free airdrop of my next batch of NFTs in the second quarter of this year. If this project is a success, I will continue to grow the prize pool as we go. Hop on over to OpenSea today, and I look forward to seeing you all at NFT Las Vegas this March.